Is the Canon Eos-R weatherproof? In this video, we're gonna find out.
Welcome back, everyone. So we just tested the Canon Eos-R in some foggy, downright rainy, crazy dark and dreary weather. This was an attempt to see if the Canon Eos-R was waterproof. And what we found was kind of shocking. We took this out to the beach where there's just so much water in the air, some salt air in the atmosphere, and that can really damage a camera. We then took this bad boy out and about onto the streets and into some of the more wooded parts of Wilmington, North Carolina. Shooting out in the foggy, rainy weather gives you a really unique and stylized look. It gives you that deep green and saturated, foggy, mystic kind of look, and I'm actually pretty happy with the results. Now, there were three things that we were concerned about when shooting in rainy weather, and that was if the lens will be waterproof and protected, if the body itself will be protected with all the holes and cracks and crevices, and if the screen on the back of the camera will be protected long term. So the lenses, of course, got super drenched in rain, and we didn't have any lens hoods or anything like that. We just wiped it off with our shirt or napkins, whatever we had next to us. But overall, we tested the 50 and the 35 RF, and they held up. When you're thinking about this camera in terms of bringing it outside and what lenses to pick, we used all RF glass. Now, if we were using EF glass, we would need an adapter, and having an adapter separates the back of the lens, the flange distance, from the actual sensor. I probably wouldn't bring an EF lens with an adapter with this camera out in the rain, because that's just more cracks and crevices to leave open for water to get into. We used all RF glass, so just be mindful of that if you plan on bringing this camera outside to shoot in the rain. Looking at the body, it got covered in rain, it got covered in water, and we had to keep wiping it off. We also never changed out the SD card at all, or the battery. This thing has awesome battery life, and the battery wasn't impacted, the SD card wasn't even touched, so this thing could relatively be built like a small tank that you see at, I don't know, maybe an adventure park or an arcade. Yeah, it's like a toy soldier. It's not a tank, but it's a toy soldier. As of right now, we're shooting on the camera, and there's nothing wrong with it. It seems like it held up in the rain. And the back of the camera, the screen on the back of the camera, that held up too. Now, it got a little sketchy with some of the touch points, the more and more water that hit the back of the camera, but overall, it worked. I like it. I really like it, and I'll probably start shooting out in the rain and the fog just a little bit more. But that's all I have for you guys. This thing was weatherproof. Long term, it'll probably get destroyed. So think about that next time you want to take your Canon Eos-R outside to shoot in the rain. If you guys found this video helpful, as always, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already, but I'll see you guys in the next one.